Hey, what's going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another predicted 11 video. This weekend it is Millwall in the Championship, back to league action after that brilliant win against Charlton on Tuesday night, where we ran out 4-1 winners. It was convincing in the end after a fairly nervy start. Millwall, though, possess a completely different challenge. They are yet to win in the Championship this season. They were promoted via League One in the playoff, or via the playoffs in League One last season. And they've struggled a little bit so far, but I still think Millwall will be fine this season. I think they will stay up. I've looked at their team. I don't actually think it's that bad. They've got Gregory and Steve Morrison, of course, up front, so you can pretty much put your mortgage on Steve Morrison scoring against us in some capacity. Let's have a quick look then at injury news. Now, of course, Nelson Oliveira and Cameron Jerome are both injury doubts. Apparently, groin problems are hindering them at the moment. I have seen that Nelson Oliveira is in the Portugal squad alongside Cristiano Ronaldo. So, fantastic news for Nelson Oliveira. So, well done to him. That does also indicate to me that Oliveira is very close to returning to full fitness. If not, he's already there. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been in that Portugal squad. Let's just hope he doesn't get injured out there on international duty. So you've got them two, which is a little bit of a problem. It looks like Pinto is going to be back. Of course, he played on Tuesday night, got through a full 90 minutes, which is absolutely fantastic. He's such a crucial part to this squad. And the other injuries, Louis Thompson, Jamal Lewis, people like that, still out for the rest of the season pretty much. And Pritchard as well. Tim Close, think it's going to be a bit touch and go for him. In terms of coming back in for Millwall, I would have thought we'll just wait for the international break. He's not going away with Switzerland, and then we can have him at full fitness after the international break, which is absolutely lovely. So let's get into the team then. And of course, in goal, Angus Gunn was rested on Tuesday night against Charlton. McGovern came in for him, and it made you realise just how good Angus Gunn is compared to Mickey McGovern. So Gunn in there, straight in with a change at left back. I'm going to go with Stiepermann now. He was played there on Tuesday night. It seems that Daniel Farke sees Stiepermann maybe as more of a left-back than a central midfielder. I was a little bit disappointed with him playing in a central midfield position against Aston Villa, but of course it was his first full game in the Championship. So cut a bit of slack for that, but I think Stiepermann is probably the man to go for at the moment ahead of James Husband. Centre-back pairing, of course, Christoph Zimmermann next to Marcel Franke, who on the whole have been very good, adapted very well to English football, and hopefully that continues. And then in at right back, I'm very, very glad to be writing this down. It is Ivo Pinto who comes back into the equation after that little injury niggle that left him out for Villa. And boy, did we miss him big time that day. So great to have him back in there. Now, I'm going to switch the formation up a little bit. Of course, we're going for the 4 at the back as always. I just think going forwards, there needs to be a little bit of a tweak. And this is what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to put Harrison Reed just in front of the defence, as always. He's a crucial part to this team, next to Alexander Tete, who featured for the first time this season against Charlton on Tuesday. And he was excellent. He was absolutely brilliant. Certainly the stand-up player in the first 15 minutes. And we could have been more than 1 goal down if it wasn't for him. Cut play up beautifully well, moved the ball onwards nicely. And then that little bit of experience, that little bit of know-how, and that kind of being able to cut the play up that Alexander Tete does so well was so crucial and could play another big role against Millwall away from home. So slightly different, 2 players shielding the defence instead of the 1, which then allows us to go for pretty much 3 across the middle. Now, the midfield I'm going to go with, let me just double check what I've gone with here. Okay, so Murphy out on kind of the left, slightly more central. Maddison coming in to the middle of the park, and then Wes out on the right, but still playing pretty centrally. So we've got them 3 players. Murphy, 3 goals in 2 games for him. He's having a nice little bit of form. Maddison is such a big player. I did also see a stat that said that Maddison, in his last 10 games, has made more tackles than Alexander Tete in his last 10 games, something like that. So Maddison, as well as being a fantastic player going forwards, does actually put the work in defensively as well, which is crucial. And he does that so well. He's matured so much as a player. And of course, Wes, I'm not sure if he'll play this. I'm not sure if he'll be selected. He did play pretty much the whole game on Tuesday. It's evident that Wes maybe hasn't got it in him to play all games this season. So he might be rested, but I think Wes brings a lot of value to this club, especially this team at the moment, who at times hasn't created enough chances. So Wes goes in there, and then up front, if fit, of course, it has to be Nelson Oliveira, who his goal record has been quite phenomenal this season so far, and he hasn't really had a consistent run in the team in terms of starting games. So that is what I would go for. A different formation, some new players coming in, and I just think the game against Sunderland and the game against Villa, the only reason we lost them games was because the midfield was just completely overrun. So I thought, given a little bit more defensive stability and still having that attacking flair, works a bit better than having Reed in front and then kind of Vrancic next to a Naismith or something. I'd drop Naismith out of the side. I don't think he's been good enough at all. And this is what I'd roll with, the 4-2-3-1. I think that would work really nicely. Short and sweet. Let me know your thoughts on this team. I suppose the options you've got here, if you're going to take Wes out of the team, you'd bring in Yannick Wildschut. I think he is just equally as powerful at the moment. I really, really like the look of Yannick Wildschut, so that's absolutely brilliant. What other options you've got? You've got Marley Watkins to come off the bench, Stephen Naismith, of course, and if you don't feel comfortable with Stiepermann in there, then you could, of course, revert back to James Husband, but I'm not overly convinced with him at left back. So that is the team I would go for against Millwall. Check out the other content. There's going to be loads of stuff this week. Thanks very much for watching. I think, if we haven't already, we are very close to 12,000 subscribers. So if you haven't yet subscribed, click subscribe, and let's get to that 12K mark. See you later.